Doing great. Doing great, sweetie. The mic is literally the one, not the one on top, the one next to your plate.
We've got a new fact checker today since Danny's got, what's she got, exams or something for school?
No idea.
She has some So we got Bex in the building.
Hey.
Bex is eating here. Bex is having a little belly busters back there, so we'll try to keep the fact check to a minimum.
Georgie, let's roll. Wait, how was your weekend? Let's recap.
My weekend was good. Went out with the boys on Friday night. Dinner, STK. Okay, so I have some thoughts.
This is where I was going.
Yeah, so went out with the boys to STK for dinner. I'm glad I went. It's one of those things that was that JR put together, I think, pretty last minute, or maybe he had planned it, but then he told the boys, and I was like, you know what, I might go. And those kind of dinners, I used to love the spontaneous go out, just whatever, make plans to go that day, go out the day of. But lately, the last little while, when people make plans and it's kind of last minute and it's Friday, 8 p.m., I go downtown, I don't like going. I know it's going to be a fun time no matter what. I just don't. I'm so beat from the week that I'd rather go home and either relax or do a little more work and just have an easy night.
Wait, sorry, did you have plans Saturday or no?
I had soccer and I had the Raps game at night. So I knew I had stuff to do Saturday. And Sunday, we Becca and I had to decorate, do Christmas decorations and that kind of stuff, get a Christmas tree. But I thought, you know what? I haven't seen these guys in a long time. I'll go. I had a really, really fun time. Great group of guys. Some like the Alex A boys and then some of JR's buddies. I had some
Stangs and Hawk.
Stangs and Hawk. Actually, a bunch of guys who were in that league. And I've met them before. I just it's been a while, so I now putting the face to the name again was kind of nice. It was cool. We're talking, business, stocks, people, what everyone's doing in life. It was kind of cool. We had some good conversations. One of the guys is an analyst, and he was telling me about when he was at Columbia Law School, he had the opportunity to go to the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting, and he got to have lunch with Warren Buffett. So as soon as I hear that, I'm like, tell me everything.
His ears just perked up.
I messaged Becca and I said one of the guys had lunch with Berkshire Hathaway with Warren Buffett. I'm staying here all night. So he told us some stories, which is really cool. Anyway, it was a really fun time. But STK is number one. It's I don't know if weird's the right word, but it's very different than what I remember. When it first opened, obviously very cool, popular place. The crowd, it seemed it seems like a place where you would go like a TAO TAO. One of those places that's a big chain in the States that becomes like a party supper club vibe. But it didn't seem like there was energy. You'd see bottles and sparkles going by. Nobody looked like they're having a good time, moving around the table, all that kind of stuff. So it was this weird, people were flexing, but they weren't, I don't know. And then on top of that, the food was pretty good, surprisingly, but the bill at the end of the night was so expensive. I think my dinner alone came like $400. Just my dinner. Which is crazy because... Scott and I split some wine. We had some appetizers. I ordered a Manhattan at the end of dinner, and I looked at the bill and it was like $47 or something. So I go to the waitress and I said, "Is this right?" Because $47 for a drink does not make sense.
No.
And then they goes on. She's like, "Oh, I think it's a mistake." I don't want to assume, but it came across as if they put it in there, hoping people won't catch it. Because there's no way you would have put that it wasn't even the right drink, or it was the right drink, but with a higher premium alcohol. Anyways, I had a great time, so it didn't rub me the wrong way, but the dinner was so expensive, I could not believe it. It's more expensive than any other steakhouse in Toronto.
So when you wrote that in our group the other day, I was going to respond, but I'm like, this is a good combo for the pod, and I didn't really have much to talk about this week because I was football and travel, which are the two things we basically talk about every week, so I was trying to stay away from it. STK is the place where people go to look like they're having fun, but don't actually have fun.
That's what it felt like.
Everybody's there and they're like, oh, we're going to have the best ice. We're going to post about it. We're going to look like we had so much fun. But nobody really has that good of a time. I've been there twice. One was DB's birthday 4 years ago or something.
That's the last time.
And we had a private room.
Wait, I don't think I came to that. Oh no, I did come. That was the back room in the corner.
Yeah. And we were 30 of us or something, right? And that was fun, but I remember the service was bad. Again, when you're paying top dollars, you expect the service to be top.
Yeah.
You pay for that. The second time I went with my family, and again, we said the same thing. We had a great dinner. The food was good.
Food's pretty good.
But again, it wasn't we were 5 people didn't drink, and I think our bill was $1,400.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not really drinking. Like, okay, you're having a couple of drinks, no big deal. But again, it's somewhere like you're paying for the experience. If you're paying for the experience, I want to have fun. I want this to be a fun experience, not just we look like we had fun.
Yeah. And
don't again, the food is still good. Like, let's not take away. The food is good.
it's good, but that's the thing. I'm not a steak expert. If the one I got, it was good. For me, I have like a few restaurants that I really like. Like obviously Harbor 60 is one of them. La Castille in the west, and then Octagon in the east are probably like my favorite steakhouses. Barbarians is pretty good too. Zorro's too. There's a lot of good ones in Toronto. Toronto has a lot of good steakhouses. That one, the food and the service, everything, for what you're paying, it does not feel. You don't feel satisfied when you leave. Take Harbor 60 for example, which is arguably like one of the premier, if not near the top, like especially with the location. You go there and you're gonna spend money, and it kind of sucks. Like it does get kind of pricey, but the food is good and the service is good. It has that old school steakhouse feel, even though it's a new place. I also don't go eat at these places a lot because of obviously the price point. But yeah, the STK I was blown away by how expensive it was. There was something else I wanted to add, and I can't remember now. You said what I did this weekend. That's what I did this weekend. That, and then I hung out Saturday. I just kind of took it easy, and then Sunday that's it. I did Christmas stuff with Bex. Decorated the tree, picked out a Christmas tree. It's kind of nice.
Real or fake?
Real.
Real?
We were gonna buy a real one. We were gonna go up north and get one. And we were just lazy to drive, and then we said let's go to Michael's or whatever, Walmart, get a fake tree, and then we saw Home Depot had real ones. So we popped over and did it. Turned out really nice. Hey, Bex?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what I think is, and I do this for my mom every year. I buy a Christmas ornament. I think that's such a good like Christmas party gift. Just customized ornaments.
My parents have done that for me and my siblings, I think, every year for the last 15 years maybe. Yeah. They started at some point putting in our stocking. We'd get our own custom ornaments. Yeah, and they do that for us every year. They still have most of mine. I have one or two of them, but then the tree we have has like a lot of those kind of like kitschy ornaments. But I think I bought those before we met, or in
2020
when I got my own tree and did all that stuff. But yeah, our tree's pretty nice. It's cool.
I always forget to do it. I say every Christmas I'm gonna go and buy like labeled wine. And then custom ornaments, and then every Christmas party.
What's labeled wine? What do you?
So like you buy, I don't know, bottles of J-Lord, but you put your own label on it.
Oh, gotcha.
So like, I don't know what it's called, but you can go to like
as gifts.
Yeah.
Yay.
So then you make a Merry Christmas from Ricky Liordi or something, right?
Maz got us that for
our engagement.
A bottle of Veuve, and it says Becca and George, I think.
Yeah. You just get like the sticker or whatever. And
but I was gonna do it with wine, like buy like a couple of cases, like maybe I don't know. Fucking 24 bottles, and then every Christmas party you go to, every event in November, December, you give that with like a little ornament. Like Christmas parties add up quick. Like I've got 5 in the next 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, I just found out we had one on Saturday that I didn't know about.
Us,
but I'll tell you.
Yeah,
after.
Becca, you weren't invited.
Yeah, just me, not you.
What is it? Whose is it?
I'll tell you after off air, but it's a friend that I saw recently that.
Well, we can tell a story, just don't say the name.
Yeah. So the guys I was with on Friday.
Yeah.
So Rick goes, "Were you invited to this Christmas party?" And I said, "What Christmas party?"
No, I said, "George, are you going Saturday?"
Yes, I walked in here and I said, "What's on Saturday?" I'm
like, "Oh, we got things Christmas party." He's like,
I was just at his house on the weekend. Like he didn't say anything, and Rick goes, "Oh, this is awkward. I think your name's on the list, but did you not get invited?" I was like, "How would you get invited? I just saw him." Anyways, we looked at the invite. It went to my older email, and I must have like not seen it. It was sent on Halloween.
Oh, so the 3rd.
It's on the 3rd, yeah, but he sent it on Halloween, so I must have missed it. And as I'm texting him saying, "Hey, like, is there a Christmas party this weekend?" And he called me and said, "Yeah, I sent you the invite."
Oh, that's so
fun. So we have nothing this
weekend.
We can pop over.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Fun.
It'll be fun.
Anyways, yeah, the more the merrier.
We have there's a lot of Christmas parties right now, though, to your point. I think I was saying to you before, I have almost a lunch every day and an after work event every day. This week's the busiest week because it's like the industry events, you know that.
Yeah, I had one of my Christmas lunches last week. I have one this week. I have a good one on Friday. And then that's when I see like Adonis and there's like 500 people at this.
Where is that?
It's at a banquet hall, Universal.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a 500 person.
Is that a union one or like an industry?
No, industry one. Decast. So the Gaspers family.
You got an invite for that? How come?
Actually, they wouldn't even fucking notice, man. 500 people. The guy calls me on the weekend. He's like, Rick, only 2 people from your office responded. I was like, fuck, like my bad. Like we all see the invitation. We're all coming. He's like, I need you guys out there full support. I was like,
do they just invite everybody? What?
well, like all suppliers and customers are invited.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
That's a daytime thing. It's like 11:30 in the middle of the day. It's great.
Oh, so everyone just takes work off and just boozes it up. And
So some people take the day off, and if Brazil lost today, this has Monday speaking, I was going to take the rest of the afternoon off. I'd go straight from that luncheon, straight downtown, watch the Brazil game, and then from there straight to the Christmas party on thing. Now I'm like, hey, Brazil won. This game technically means nothing, so maybe I should like not take the day off.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff coming up right now. Christmas stuff, man. Go.
Yeah, a lot. But okay, but we'll talk about Christoph. I want to get back to this one thing. Do you think that when you're paying top dollar, you should be getting all the experience and the food and the service and everything?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If it doesn't matter what your restaurant brand is, like you have to. Yeah, it has to be. Everything has to be exceptional. I think we've talked about the story of TAO here when we were in New York.
Yeah.
We talked about it, right? I think I told the guys because STK reminds me of TAO. Similar kind of thing, similar vibe. It's
yeah,
a big.
that's fair.
It's like it's the kind of thing you expect in the States. The kind of chain that is hot that they do well in the States, where it's like high end, also has a social component, like all those things, right? Which TAO I think is like one of the pioneers for doing TAO Group. Which also I didn't know how many places TAO owns. You saw the flyer, like how many TAO Group, I believe.
They own like half of Vegas.
TAO owns. They own Hakkasan now, I think. Or yeah.
Well, Vegas,
no. Sorry. I think they bought Hakkasan.
Anywhere
Group.
Loud Luxury plays in Vegas is a TAO venue.
Yeah, I think.
That's how I know
I
that.
think TAO. Bex, can you fact check this? Oh, thanks, babe. I think TAO bought Hakkasan Group or something like that because they have a bunch of clubs. Then they have their restaurants and pools and all that
they
stuff.
got a bunch of stuff.
So, sorry to answer your question. Yes, 100%. Everything has to be exceptional. What's interesting is that our experience that we had with TAO is almost like they treated us like they treated us like they knew they didn't need us. So,
Can I show you something?
yes.
If you want to know what they own.
Yeah.
and who.
Oh, Becca's scrolling through like pages and pages. There's no summary. Like, is there a summary? Pick like the top 5 because most people probably know the top 5. You know, like the clubs.
Well, the first 5 are TAO.
Okay.
It's TAO Vegas. There's 3 in Vegas, 3 in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Hakkasan.
Yeah. So yeah, they bought Hakkasan.
Omnia, Marquee,
So they
Lavo, all the Lavos,
Yeah.
Beauty and Essex.
That's a Cosmo.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah. The list goes on for a
Tons. They
Yeah,
have
the
tons
reason I
of
knew this is
stuff.
because Loud Luxury's signed with TAO in Vegas. So
Yeah.
they play like all these different venues and they're all TAO
But that
venues.
changed because it used to be Omnia Group, I think, owned Omnia and Hakkasan and a few other places. And then I think TAO bought them out. It actually probably happened.
And
Sorry, I
that's
don't
why it's
assume.
Marquee too, right?
Yeah, it might have happened during the pandemic, to be honest, but I'm not positive about that. But anyways, they have to be one of the biggest restaurant or hospitality groups in America. Our experience at TAO was that the food it's TAO, it's good. Like you know what you're getting.
Yep.
The service was really bad when we were there. I don't think it was like awful, but I think it wasn't even close to what it should have been. And they thought that we were being a little bit goofy because Ricky was walking around, trying to talk to women and stuff like that. And we found it amusing and we were watching it. He wasn't doing anything like.
I wasn't doing anything wrong.
You weren't doing anything wrong. You were trying to get the attention like of some parties there.
Trying to have fun.
Yeah. And they thought we were like doing truth or dare, which we said that's not the case.
We're fucking 30.
Yeah. We're not here saying, I dare you to talk to that girl. It's, hey, like Rick's gonna talk to these girls. Let's all observe. Let's watch this lion hunt this prey. Like I'm just saying, like
Didn't work, though.
No, it was not. It was actually the opposite. It was like it just did not work. But no, we're just watching somebody doing their thing, right? Ricky is single, talks to women. We're like, let's watch this. It's gonna be entertaining. So
It was.
and that's all.
How did they call you out? What happened?
So do you want to tell us what you
Did they ask you if you were playing Truth or Dare?
No. They basically just assumed you were. Because what Ricky did was, it was funny. So he was trying to do something creative.
You gotta stand out. There's 300 people in this fucking restaurant.
There was a table. There was a table, I guess, like that. Like one of the guys saw, and there was like an older couple guys with like 5 girls sitting with them that looked fairly younger than these girls. So
Beautiful women.
Yeah. So Rick's.
Sorry, the girls looked
The girls looked younger. Yeah. So we're like, they're outnumbered. I'm like, Rick, go talk to them. So Rick's like, done. I think he literally said, say less. And he's like, watch what I'm going to do. So I guess he's trying to figure out how to go and break the ice.
Because they're sitting down. They're sitting. You know how hard it is to break the ice if they're sitting.
In the middle of a dinner. That's
Yeah.
awkward.
Well, no, it's not middle of dinner. Now we're like 10 o'clock. So like food's off the table, but everyone's still sitting.
Right. It's more formal.
And they're with these guys, so you have to break. Like it is
Tough.
So you've been to TAO.
Yes.
Yeah, you know how there's like candles that line the stairs and like the big things. So Ricky goes down the first time, and I think he pulls a candle off a random person's table, picks up a candle and walks over to the group of girls. And I think that he like got a little timid or shy or whatever, didn't end up going through with it.
Got scared.
So he comes.
What were you going to
Cold
do
feet.
with the candle? What was your plan?
Don't know. Standing out though. Don't know.
So then he comes back up. Sorry. Before he came up, he went over, he took the candle, went to the girls there, and he kind of is so I can remember.
pussed it out, for
He
sure.
started going at them, and then pivots left into the washroom because the washroom was right there. It was a hallway. Have we not told this story before?
I don't know.
It's really so he pivots into the washroom, and then he kind of like panicked,
cold feet.
and then he comes back out, and you see there's a bouncer. And sorry to set the landscape. TAO, for anyone who hasn't been, is a big rectangular type room with like a grand staircase that comes down. That's all candlelit.
Gives you a nice overview of the whole restaurant.
Exactly.
Top.
When you walk in, our room, we had a private room, and the private rooms are almost like gondolas. There's two of them. So the stairs come down. As you're coming down, you're basically going down. The gondolas are at the level of the top floor. You can see everything. So we are on the one of the gondolas, and our view is these girls on the table are on the far side of the room. So we have a clear view of them. So the washroom is next to their table. So Ricky comes down, panics, turns into the washroom. We're howling. And we're just watching this. You probably they can see us.
They didn't even see me chicken out.
Yeah.
So like I'm still fresh. Like first impression hasn't been tainted yet.
Then he comes back out, and there's a bouncer security guard by the washroom, and you just see Ricky stop next to him and like kind of look over and start like talking to him.
And he knew exactly what was
Yeah, so you can tell by the body language that Ricky is not trying to buy time to go out there, and this guy probably knows what he's doing.
Yeah. You gotta wait. You gotta I was like, hey, fuck, I chickened out, gotta wait for my window, wait for one of them to stand up so you can like accidentally walk by them or something.
And then
tell the next part.
Ricky, no, you didn't go up yet. You came back.
I came back.
Yeah, so Ricky, whatever, that part didn't work out. Ricky was trying to flinch, get his time, panics, comes back up because I couldn't do it. We're like, Rick, man, come on. Like, you're better than that. You can do it. He's like, all right, I got it. So
This is a foolproof plan, by the way.
So
this next
he
one.
goes, watch. We're like, what are you going to do? He goes, just watch. So he goes down the stairs. Now, he didn't take a small candle off a table. He picks up one of the big urns off the floor. And he walks by the table where the same line he did the first time, and he pretends to fall and falls in front of this table of people, and they all look down like, this guy dead? What happened? Like, he fell with a candle in his hand. It was a scene. The area around him, 4 or 5 tables, saw what happened. And then the girl, I guess, that he had his eyes on, she's on the edge. Ricky, pretend he's
didn't offer
flustered.
help.
No, they just looked at him, but you could tell they were looking with a look of concern, at least from far away. Ricky gets up and he's like trying to shake off, like, what's going on? Walks into the washroom. The girl was watching him the entire way. Like, the entire way, she just watched go to the washroom, and she didn't turn her head for a while. She turns back, and I'm like, okay, this might work. Like, he might have done it. And then I think he came back out.
Yeah, I
did
can't
you?
remember.
You didn't talk to them, did you?
No,
Or you tried to?
I don't remember what ended up happening though. I don't know. It was
Anyways, but I remember this all
What
happened. He
happened
came
with
back.
the urn? Sorry, where did you?
He like fell out of his hand and he
so I
picked it
fell
back
with
up.
it. Like, I'm not gonna break this thing. This thing's a fucking massive candle. Like, it's big. So I fell with it, but like I made sure to not break it or do anything. Like, I fell purposefully.
Right, so you held it.
So yeah, I held
time.
it. Whatever. The table to the left ended up like getting up. Like, are you okay? Blah, blah,
wait.
blah.
We missed a part of the story.
How they saw me.
We
with the
missed
first
the
candle?
part. No, we missed the part where the first candle you picked up, it worked. And the second time you went down, you tried to pick up the big urn, and they knew you were coming back. And the guy walks up, shakes his head, picks it up out of your hands, and you're like, all right, I'm sorry. And then you turned around like this, picked up another one, and tried to beeline it. So they kind of knew you were being a goof.
Yeah, but again, we were having fun. Everyone's just fucking.
No one's daring. We're just watching our friend trying to pick up a girl. That's it.
But
you
this
know?
goes back to the point where it's like a place that looks like people are having fun, but nobody's actually having fun. Like, we're at 11 o'clock now, and you're at a supper club. Supper club. You eat, you have fun, you party, you do things. Literally nobody got up and did anything. Everyone just sat there ate and just like nothingness. Like,
And
go first.
so anyways, so this all happens. While this is all happening, we can see the gondola across from us because I guess our server was handling both, and we could see her always in there pouring drinks, serving food. She like hardly came into our table. We ordered some bottles of wine, we ordered a bottle of tequila. I was getting up and pouring wine for everybody, and I think Andrew was pouring the champagne for people. Like we were just, which is fine. We were handling ourselves. But then at the end of the night, bill comes around. Number one,
they charge us for dessert.
we didn't get dessert. We said to them, hey, like the service has been a little bit subpar here. You know, just want to share that with you. We're not asking for anything, but we want to share that because like this is kind of leaving a sour taste in our mouth. We had to pour our drinks. We had to like pass the food, like all this stuff. That's what we paid for in this private room. We didn't get it. Again, wasn't demanding anything because I'm not the kind of person. I think any of us are going to go in there and demand you owe us a credit. Like we're just
giving feedback.
And we said, look, is there any way to make up for it? You can get us into the club downstairs. The first response was, we can't. We're sold out. I said, what do you mean? We can't go in? They're like, no, we can't help you out. I said, this seems unreasonable. I said,
we just spent like $3,000.
Yeah, and now we're starting to say, hey, like, we have to pour out drinks. Now we're listing these things. They're like, well, I said, you guys aren't going to do anything. We didn't even get the dessert. Like, we're paying full price for everything, and there's nothing you can do despite our concerns. And the lady looks me in the eyes, fairly young, like I guess manager type, front of house manager, and goes, well, no, we would, but you guys are making a mockery of the restaurant. You're playing Truth and Dare the whole night. I said, Truth and Dare? Like, what do you mean? And I said, they go, your buddy with the candles. I'm like, oh, he's just a bit of
having fun.
He's a bit of a showman. He's going to try and like talk to a girl. Why? How does that impact?
I will say for you guys, that's hilarious. It's funny. If this was another table and this was not you and you were watching this go down, you might laugh a little. I understand if the restaurant's a little annoyed though, if you guys are carrying candles and urns throughout the restaurant and
but
pretending
it's
to
not
fall.
like everybody noticed.
It is
just
funny.
Us.
I think it's funny. Like I'm not judging you. I just think that I could understand why people around were probably just like, these guys are annoying.
It's different if I think we impacted the diner's experience,
Yeah,
but no, they never said you bothered our customers.
Nobody told us
All
to
they
stop.
said was you guys were playing Truth and Dare, and I said we're not. What are you talking about?
Best part is
no one dared anybody. No one asked for a truth. We just were watching our friend.
And the best part is security didn't say anything but don't touch the candles. That was it. Like, walk around, keep doing everything. The guy in the bathroom knew exactly what I was doing. He's like, yo, like, fuck, that girl's hot. Shoot your shot, man. I was like, fuck, I'm trying. Got fucking cold feet.
No, it's definitely funny.
But this is kind of where I was even going. It's like, when you're paying top dollar, you want the food to be top notch. You want the service to be top notch. And you want, like, I don't know the other word, but vibe. But the vibe is it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so I guess
there's probably improvement on both ends.
No, listen, I'm not saying no. For sure, they're entitled to say, hey, you guys could stop this. But what I don't like is like after the fact, we're just saying, hey, we had a bad experience. So rather than say we're sorry about your experience, and hey, by the way, we don't appreciate what you guys did as well. Terrific. It was, hey, thanks for sharing, but you guys are idiots and it's your fault. I've never had that happen in a restaurant before. I've never seen a restaurant so blatantly not care about a customer's opinion. And I get it. They might have been annoyed with us. That's one thing. But if you are annoyed by that, come over and tell us in the moment and say, hey guys, just, there's other diners here.
We're kicking you
just
out.
Be careful. Yeah. So you know me, Bex. Both of you guys know me probably as well as anybody. And I can't stand two things. I can't stand when people talk out of two sides of their mouth, and I can't stand when people make excuses for something. So if we were in the wrong, then come and tell us when we're in the wrong and say, hey, please don't do this, and we'll stop doing it. Because we didn't think there's anything wrong with somebody trying to find a creative way to talk to a girl. But on top of that, when we're sharing our feedback with you, like why, you just say, okay, we understand. You didn't have to say you're doing it because of this. You could have just left it. But and then at this point, it became a standoff. I said, hey, that's not reasonable. Like, we're asking you guys for something. We're spending all this money. And then whatever. When it really came to a head is, again, I was there with Alexander just like talking to them, and they put an autograt in. The autograt was 20%, 25%, something crazy. And I was like, okay, I said, hang on a second.
Maybe not 25, 22 or
so I said, listen, if you guys are going to, be unreasonable here, we're just trying to share our concerns. If you're going to be unreasonable, well, then we don't think it's reasonable for us to pay 25%. We understand you have to autograph something, but we don't want to pay 25%. The service was not up to 25%, which is already high. It's not above the norm. I don't mean any offense to any hospitality people. Like, you guys do great work, but to imply that you're entitled to that, I don't think that's okay. So I said, okay, like, we need to cut this down then because we didn't get service.
we didn't get our fucking dessert.
Well, you can't. I said, what do you mean we can't? They're like, no, you owe us that money. I said, well, you can't force us to pay a gratuity. They're like, and they go to me, it's in the contract. And I said, terrific. Can you please bring me the contract? And I didn't sign it, like Alexander did. And they go, he has it. I said, that's fine, but I want to see your copy. I said, if you can show me your copy that says we have to pay 25%, we'll pay it. Well, look at his copy. I said, no, you need to bring me your copy. If you don't show me your copy, we're not paying the rest of this balance. We'll leave. Though you can't leave. I said, you're going to hold me hostage in here? You can't. I'm telling you, you guys didn't do your job.
During all this,
I
I'm like,
have to pay you to leave this
around.
restaurant. It became that I'm going to use this word, and I don't use this word often. They actually gaslit me into thinking that I was wrong. Like we were wrong. And I'm starting to think, I'm like, are we crazy? Were we that bad that we didn't see this? And I didn't drink most of the dinner. I actually didn't drink because I wanted to eat the food. Remember, I made a conscious effort to be like make sure there's a clear state of mind, have a good time, make sure everyone's having fun. And I was actually questioning my own reality. I thought maybe they're right. Maybe we're actually idiots and I don't remember.
The part that
And even the bouncers were like, I don't know what to do, guys. We're like, can we not leave? They're like, no, you have to pay this.
the part that pissed me off.
It was crazy. I've never seen that in hospitality ever. They wouldn't budge an inch. They didn't do anything. At the end, we just, to get it over with, we're like, forget it, we'll pay. And I guess all in all, the interesting with a place like this and the big chain restaurants, they don't care because they know tomorrow that table's full and you can never go back. And we can tell the story now and it won't make a difference to their bottom line. And I don't know how it's gotten to that point. Because some restaurants, you can see it in some places, but most places still, it's still not the customer's always right, but you do right by the customer because you don't want to lose the service. I just, that instance, I could not believe it. Anyways,
Yeah,
I was like dumbfounded.
The part that got me is not even the dessert. We didn't get our dessert. And they said because someone said we didn't want it. It's like,
Oh, we asked them to take it off. They wouldn't take it off.
They wouldn't even take our dessert.
They're like, you said you didn't want it.
It's $10 a pop or something. Take it off. Call us the little win for the little guys.
Oh, and they said, I think they said we'll comp your coffee or something like that. Actually, where'd that happen?
You know what, though? I think I look at a place like that and it's beyond a restaurant to me. They're not trying to go the extra mile. They're not trying to make your night necessarily. It's almost... It's more... They're bigger than that. They don't
a factor.
have to.
It's
a tourist attraction.
Yeah, yes.
They don't...
They're not trying to bring you in. You're going to experience that.
Yeah.
And if you only go once and you have a shitty time, it doesn't matter because there's someone else coming. It's like the CN Tower. The CN Tower doesn't care to make a good experience because they don't care about repeat customers. You go to the 360 restaurant, okay, I fucking shouldn't shit on it because I actually don't mind it. But they don't care if you're having the best dinner ever or not because they know it's a tourist attraction. People are going to come because there's millions of people that come to the city every fucking time and, blah, blah, blah. It's just... This whole fucking thing reminds me of just if you're paying that top dollar, you want to have the best experience in all 3 categories, or else I'll just go to the fucking keg. And I'll have I'll have a good dinner with a good energy, and I'm gonna have good food, and it's gonna be a good price, and everything's gonna be good across the board, and I'm gonna be very happy with that because I know that's what I went there expecting.
There's some great stuff at the keg.
Becca's
favorite restaurant, I think.
Keg.
Really? So it's my brother's
the keg
favorite too.
So much. It's the best. It hits every single time.
Sorry, just to add this, we were instead of STK, we were supposed to do the keg on Friday, but we couldn't get reservations for our group, so we went to STK by that was I guess the next that we couldn't get 2 kegs, and we ended up going there. That's what JR told us, but I was gonna add something, and I just.
Well, you think about that.
Yeah.
When even with supper clubs too, if you're gonna be a supper club, be a supper club. So I haven't been to. Have you guys been to Saluna in Toronto yet? No. So that's the new supper club in Toronto. And to me, I haven't been, so I shouldn't say, but from what I've heard, it's actually a supper club where people go, you sit down, you have dinner. After dinner, the tables get cleared, and you get up and you have fun, you dance. They play Tulum, Mykonos type music, and everyone has fun. They fucking wave around the napkins. They have fucking confetti and all that other stuff. And it's hey, that's a supper club. If we're just going to eat and sit all day, just because sparklers come out and people buy bottle service, that doesn't make you a supper club. I guess technically it does.
Maya's got a strong opinion about the delineation.
What's the best supper club you've been to?
I know I can answer for you. I didn't even go with you, Marion.
Oh fuck yeah! Wow,
I know you so well. I didn't even go that night.
Think. Oh my! I've been to a bunch of nights.
Yeah,
Marion is the. If you haven't
Are we
been,
gonna go this year?
Yeah, we're coming. So we'll go.
It's just us 3. No one else coming.
I don't know.
Okay,
I've been talking, but yeah, we go. I went 3 people last year. I had the best, or 4 people last year. It's amazing.
The year that I came, I missed that night. I was too hung. I was dead.
Marion, okay. So for me, that's exactly what a supper club should be.
It's in Miami.
So it's in Miami. Is it on South Beach or is it? Is it? I thought it was on the the shore side.
I could be making this up entirely. I don't know exactly where it is. I just know it's Miami.
I don't even remember. I know it's in Miami. It's downtown, like in that area, and it's somewhere where you go. The food is great. Like some of the most expensive thing I got there is the thing I liked the least. It was like the golden Philly cheesecake roll or something. I don't know. It sounded bomb, but it was like very like saucy and heavy. Yeah. But the vibe in there, and you know when the party is starting because they play. So the party gets going like slowly, and you see the table start to clear. But then I forget what song it is, where it's like all the like, and during dinner you have people that come out and sing and like dance and like little performances while you're eating. That's the supper part. Then they have like I forget if it's like this moment, but this is all what I remember it as is a song by Eric Pride's.
It's the it's
Is it the one you hear in Europe all the time?
that builds up and then
It's like a 3-minute build up.
Yeah.
But the whole time, like you hear it for 3 minutes and you know what's exact about that. All the people come out. You see the people coming out with confetti. You see all the dancers. The lights start to dimmer and then boom, it just happens. And it's so much. You know what? Remind me to hit up that guy. The guy I met last time we were there, me and Paulo.
Yeah.
Last time me and Paulo were there, we didn't go for dinner because again, like it was like crazy expensive. I think for 2 people they want $1,000 minimum. Something like, so like
Miami's nuts.
We'll just go to the bar, right? No big deal. We go to the bar. Heads are there. I see these 2 girls walk by. Like I say, hey, whatever. The guy's like, yo, don't talk to him. I was like, fuck, my bad, man. He's like, my bad. He's like, no, don't worry, whatever. And walks off. I was like, fuck, all right. So I feel like I'm like, fuck, did I piss this guy off? Cool. So I bought the guy a drink. Just like I'm like, hey man, like feel bad. What do you want to drink? Like, my bad. Honest mistake. Didn't know it was your like whatever. This guy's like 50. The girl's like 20, 25. So I buy the guy a drink.
Peak Miami.
Yeah, buy the guy. I literally thought it was like one of those girlfriends or something. I'm like, he's one guy, 2 girls. I'm like, hey, there's an extra. Hello. So buy the guy a drink. 5 minutes later, the guy's off. Some guy, like security comes up and like, hey man, you've been invited to so and so's booth. I was like, me? He was like, yeah, you. I was like, I don't know anybody here. Definitely not me. He's like, no, the guy, blah blah blah, Mr. So and so wants you to come to his booth. I was like, fuck it. Paulo, let's go. So me and Paulo walk. He's at the booth behind the DJ, or like two over from the like behind the DJ booth. And it's me, the guy, and it turns out it was his daughter and daughter's friend.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm like, fuck, we're back on. So he ends up like, I don't know how. Just he's obviously somebody in Miami, don't know who, but ordered like, he's like, whatever you want, just order. I was like, he's like, you hungry? I was like, fuck yeah, sure, why not? Orders like everything, which unlimited food, unlimited drink, blah blah. An hour later, he dips. And it's just me and Paula. And for a moment, I'm like, did we just get fucking bamboozled? Are we gonna stuck with this bill? And the server comes over. I was like, hey man, like who the fuck? He's like, oh, he like blah blah knows someone or he owns it or blah. I don't even know the story. Long story short, the whole fucking bill was comped. We ended up partying there for like 3 hours, just me and Paul in this random booth by ourselves.
Oh wait, so the girls didn't.
So they
stay,
did
left
leave.
too?
No, the girls they left shortly after with Dad. I guess he was the driver.
Oh, so they just left you there with the booth.
It's me, Paulo, and then like another couple that they invited into the booth, and there's 4 of us with basically endless amounts of alcohol.
Jesus.
And it was unbelievable. And Marion, yeah, George, I'm so glad you said that because Marion.
I remember
is
you
my
always
favorite.
talk about it, and I missed it because I was out of commission that day.
You know what? Since we're all going, let's book it as soon as this podcast is done.
Right.
We should
What
book
I want to add before we dive into this, because we can talk about Florida. I love Florida. Bax, we know it's
I haven't been in so
It's some
long.
PF Chang's
100%.
We did PF Chang's for New Year's.
a couple years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
Before I pivot, I don't want to jump
fuck
back.
PF Chang's.
No, but
Shit Supper Club.
No, but we can tell that
Who
story
closed
too.
at 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve?
Literally, they closed at 11 and said, we. Sorry,
Which
before I finish
location?
it,
Where'd you
let me
go?
get to my point about
Yeah, go back here. Fort Myers.
Fort Myers. The thing I wanted to say about, if you're paying top dollar, all these things. Maybe we talked about this recently. I feel like I had this conversation maybe with you. It's not rocket science. As someone in the service business, like it's not hard to do things right. It's like small things that matter. And I think the service aspect, your visibility, your communication, all those things add to the whole experience. You can make very mediocre, let's call it above average food. And if the service is impeccable, people, the whole experience makes people feel good, right? There's nothing that leaves a sour taste in their mouth, so to speak. The little things matter. I've said this before, but Sarah, the restaurant on Portland.
Is it Sarah or Sarah?
I don't know. It's Sara, Sarah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Have you never been?
No.
We'll go.
Valentine's Day? I'll crush your guys' Valentine's this time.
They just like it could be the restaurant, it could be the one person. Benji was his name. Oh, that's it. I remembered it. Unbelievable server. Like, you just remembered your name, remember your drink order. I couldn't believe it. You don't see that often anymore. You don't see that often, especially with newer style places that are, trendy, so to speak. But the one thing that I want to point out, there's one thing for me that will always, that raises a restaurant to a different level. And I think I only ever notice it in like steakhouses. But when the wait staff go around and they have that little silver bar looking thing and they scoop the crumbs off your table, whenever I see that in a restaurant, I just think these people get it.
You're gonna see that Thursday. Zorro's?
Oh yeah, classic. But that's the thing. I feel like I've only really noticed it at like the steakhouses, especially the old school ones. But what a small, easy little thing to do for someone when they come in, take your plate away, to knock the crumbs off. Like, it's so small, but you keep the person's table clean. I'm surprised more places don't do that. It's such a little thing, Anyways, that's the only thing I wanted to say about that topic.
I got one last piece on that. My thing is, when you go somewhere, give me what I'm paying for. If I'm at McDonald's and you fuck up my burger, I get it. I'm at McDonald's. I'm paying fucking $9 for my burger. Cool. Like, it's not neatly stacked and the cheese is on the fucking wrong side of the patty. Cool. Great. These people are getting paid fucking peanuts. Not the end of the world. I'm going to a mediocre place. I expect the server to come in. How is your food? How is this? I expect my water to be filled when it's empty. The basics. When I'm paying top dollar, I want it to feel like I'm the only person in that restaurant. And some restaurants make you feel that way. And like, I've been to so many where it's top-notch service and you're like,
What's
this is
the best restaurant you guys have ever been to?
Ooh. You're killing it back there, eh? Danny might be
no.
Yeah, she's gonna get so mad.
She's coming back.
She gets so mad.
Is she even gonna listen to this?
She's gonna listen for sure.
She wasn't here.
We're gonna tell her that Becca was killing it. Best restaurant?
Favorite restaurants ever?
Geranium.
Or experience.
Geranium.
Like one-off experience, yeah.
Geranium.
Where?
Geranium in Copenhagen. At the time, it was the 19th best restaurant in the world. It was
By who?
3 Michelin. 19th. The ranking, like top 50 restaurants in the world, is done by, I think it's called 50 Best Restaurants. It's like they rate. They do a list every year. Typically, it's obviously Michelin star restaurants on there. So Geranium was a 3 Michelin star at the time, and it was, by that other list, it was ranked number 19 in the world. Somehow it was with Vishal in Copenhagen to meet me, and we got reservations. We didn't make reservations, and then obviously Copenhagen has some of the best restaurants in the world. They used to have the number one, Noma, and a couple other ones. Noma was closed when we were there. So we didn't think to make reservations. We also didn't think it was feasible to do it. So a couple days before, Vishal calls them and they said, "Yo, I'll put you on the wait list." They called us that day and they said, we can get you in at the 7:00 seating. Do you want it? We said, yeah, absolutely. We got there, and at that point, I'd never eaten at I don't even think a Michelin star, maybe a 1 Michelin star. It was I couldn't find a flaw if I tried. We sat at this, I think you heard the story. We sat at the bar. Obviously you've heard this too. We sat at the bar. We see the whole thing, and it was like watching a live episode of Chef's Table, which was, at the time, it was like just came out, so it was so cool. But the best was one of the sous chefs, or the executive chef, was Greek. So I saw his name. It was like Theophanes or something. And I'm like, obviously this guy's Greek. So he came over. I heard the Greek accent. So we started talking Greek. We hit it off, have a little bromance, and they took near the end of our dinner before the main came out. They took us to the back kitchen. They let us hold the 3-star plaque. They let us go see where all the stuff gets prepped and made, and talk to the head chef, and then stand in the kitchen and see them prep the next round of dishes. It was the craziest experience ever. And honestly, not that unreasonable. If we didn't do the wine pairing, it would have been cheaper than STK, which is crazy to think about.
That's one of your best meals you've ever had.
The best meal. The best. It was insane. Anyways, that one stands out the most. But what about you?
I'm trying to think, and honestly, my mind's just saying Marion now.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say.
I'm trying so hard right now.
But here's the thing. I gotta be honest. You have a trash palate.
Yeah. No, if I had to pick again, for me,
you're a guy that likes. You're a simpleton when it comes to food.
Yeah. I don't care for,
like, you could go to a Michelin restaurant and they would say, "Sir, eat this piece of Wagyu beef and the broccoli separate, And these
No,
peas
I
at
would
the
do
end,
it if
you would
you're there.
mash it together and
No,
still eat it
if
together.
it's a really expensive thing, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm following the rules.
no, you would, but that last few bites, you're putting them together.
One that stands out just for food. The vibes, a little different. It's not like a vibe, but Neptune's in Boston actually. Good fish. That it's called. It was the black squid risotto. It was one of the best dishes I've ever had in my life, I think.
Yeah, go to Croatia, brother. You get it on every corner.
Yeah,
Squid ink risotto.
Yeah, but this one was just. It was. I didn't know I liked squid ink risotto, but I did that day, and that's when I started getting into oysters too. That place. Anyways, that's it. But fuck it, Marion, still my answer.
Bex, what's yours?
You know,
At home with George.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I think I've had a lot of really
I
amazing
know.
food experiences, but I don't know that I have one that stands out just yet in my life. Why? What do you
What
think?
comes to mind right now?
I know what your favorite dish is anywhere.
Well, okay, I'll say, maybe this is boring, but my birthday this year in Toronto, we went to Dilo. I don't know if that's how you say it.
Oh, yeah, that was really good.
That was amazing,
Where is it?
On college.
different
We did the
food. Like,
we did
it
like the
was-
chefs. They
we did
brought
a
us
pairing.
food, right?
Yeah, we did what did we have? Was
We
it
had,
wine?
We
or-
had sake pairing, but we also had the chefs. Like they brought a bunch of
How many
stuff for
courses was it? It was
6, maybe.
I don't even know. It was so much food. It was such good food. It was so different. It was unlike anything I've ever had.
Wasn't that
I got
expensive
a
either.
Big Mac bao bun, and it's
we
not
asked-
even on the menu.
And then at the end, Becca go. I think we said it like she's like, I really like that one. Can I get one more of those? I think they brought another one out.
Well, and they were like, "How did you know to ask for that?" And
Yeah.
it's just because I did my research before. But it is such a good place,
It's
such
cool.
a good vibe. I loved it. I don't know. I don't think anything else really sticks. We've had so many good dinners, but
Yeah.
nothing like.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the same. Like Carbone, obviously, like bits
Yeah,
of Carbone.
Carbone's great.
Carbone is phenomenal. And it's like
I will
very
say-
fair price.
I will say my favorite restaurant in Toronto, Philoxenia.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love
that
it
was
there.
that was delicious too.
Philoxenia, best
La
Greek food.
Castile.
La Castile's
That
good.
food. I see. I'm Zorro over La Castile, but that's just because it's like
You know, Zorro. The owners of Zorro's are from Monovasia.
I
They
don't
have a
think all
picture.
I
They have
didn't
a
know
picture in the restaurant or in the office of Monovasia of the Castro. Yeah.
this is completely off topic. I was on Hinge the other day and like just casually going through. Didn't I see a picture of a girl in front of the Monovasia thing? I almost fucking liked her just so I could talk to her. Like, is that Monovasia's mountain? Like, a fucking random picture to
That
have
is
on Hinge.
random.
Very random. She's not even Greek. It was like a normal name, like a fucking Jessica, like white Jessica.
Don't assume her nationality, brother.
It was. I think it even said like half something wasn't Greek or something. Half Portuguese, half Irish. It was in front of that exact mountain.
Yeah. Legendary
yeah.
spot.
It
We're going
is.
down soon.
Okay.
What? Tell them about your weekend. Where are we at right now? 6:30. How long have we been going?
Okay, so we got 10:15. Like again, my weekend was phenomenal.
talked about it a little
Yeah, we
bit,
kind
but-
of talked about it off air, but I did a football weekend with DB. So we did Bills at Detroit on Thursday for American Thanksgiving.
Pause your story. The best. I've never seen this before. I get into stupid debates in group chats more than anybody probably. DB and Rick
Oh my God.
we're at a game together on Thanksgiving Day, side by side, arguing in a group chat with 10 other guys who are not at the game. And you can just tell that as I'm reading this like chat, I got into it late. So I saw, usually I'm involved in these, so I don't see that big message sticker pile up of like 100 unread messages. So when I opened it and started catching up, I'm reading this first thinking, wow, this must be how stupid I sound when I get in these. The second thing I'm thinking is, it started with a question, do you think this player is I can't remember what it was, but it was something just like clearly a debate topic that they probably disagreed on. They wanted to see confirmation of who sided with who, so they could say, "See, I told you so." And then people are kind of chiming in, but they are making their cases in this group chat, and you can just tell that they're typing furiously. And as I kept progressively reading, guys are kind of chiming in, and then I think what naturally everyone's thinking, and I write this, is, aren't you guys sitting side by side at a game? What is wrong with you? And then as I hit send, it speeds you down to the bottom of the WhatsApp. 6 guys said the same thing. Like, what is
One
wrong
of
with
my
you guys?
biggest pet peeves in life is when you're with somebody, you might be 2 people, a group, whatever, and somebody in that group or the person across from you is in the texting vortex of debating. I can't stand it.
But what we were doing, 'cause I was absolutely lit. So we're watching the game. You watch the play. Okay, you got 30 seconds. Okay, watch the play. So I wasn't even reading things. I was just like, hey, so DB says something. He'd be like, shut up, bitch. I'm like, fuck you. Okay, Josh Allen, let's go, touchdown. Because we've got like fantasy implications, obviously. I just spit.
Yeah, you're talking very fast right now.
There was fantasy
I'm trying to talk so slow today, and you're like really going like crazy.
Man, as soon as we started talking about Madi, I'm fired up because now we're going again, so I'm fired up. Anyway, so we're literally just between each plays, and then at one point, because we had standing room too. We didn't even have fucking seats, so we're standing side by side at this point. Anyways, it was a fucking blast. We were hammered. We got back to the hotel after. And we're still like, we're not, because again, we're not mad at each other. It's me and DB. We're just like not even yelling at each other. I'll be typing, I'm like, man, that was a sick play, Josh Allen. Fuck yeah. And he'd be like, shut up, bitch. I'm like, fuck you, DB. Like,
you guys,
I hope your player gets hurt. Like,
it's super aggressive. You guys are crazy. Like, but mind you, I'm involved in all those. And Becca's point, she's referring to me when I get.
Well, I'm just saying that's from my experience. When I see,
because you know what's happening.
Get so upset for him when he spends all this time on his phone, and it's like 2 hours goes by and he's just been sitting on the couch on his phone the whole time, engaging in a debate. I'm like,
she's right.
It's a waste of time.
And you know what the worst part is? She's right. And you know what the worst part of me wasting that time is that in the end, 2 of those times were taken up by DB me debating in a group chat, and 2 of those times it turns out I was right, and this guy wasted my days. Fucking having to defend my actions when I was trying to do what's best for the entire league.
And I get when you're in it, it's so different. It's so different when it's you. But when you're on the outside and you're watching it, I can't understand what could possibly be as important.
Nothing.
Nothing.
But it's honestly not important.
But in the heat of the moment, there's nothing.
Why
That
it matters. It's why I delete my WhatsApp because I have to remove myself from things that are like I have to remove myself from circumstances that I know. I just can't control myself. If I see something stupid, I have to say something. I don't know why. It's like if I see something that I not disagree with, but if I see somebody, I had this conversation on the weekend with someone. My biggest thing is if I see someone that is either being hypocritical, like talking out 2 sides of their mouth, I cannot stand it. I will have to call somebody out. I'll call my own father out for being hypocritical. I don't like it. I don't like people who say do as I do, not do. Do as I say, not do as I do. I hate that. I actually hate it. There's times where I do it, but Becca knows this. I said to her early on in our dating, I said, if I do that ever to you, if I like say you shouldn't do this, but I do it, you can tell me I'm being a hypocrite. And you do that, right? When I'm being hypocritical, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I don't just say it like to sound like altruistic. I genuinely don't like doing it because I don't think it's reasonable. Don't hold yourself to a different standard than other people. It's not fair. And I also hate it when someone's being a coward. And coward's a broad term, but it's when somebody, I don't want to go too much deeper in it. I just can't stand it. But anyways, we're getting off topic here. Back to your weekend, you and DB debating.
So yeah, we did Buffalo at Detroit. That game was fun. The tailgate started we got picked up at our hotel at 8 a.m. I think actually earlier than 8 a.m. I think it was 7.
Who picked you up?
One of my friends from Windsor. She was going to the game just to tailgate. So she drove us to the first spot. Turns out like the people we were going to meet weren't even there. Like she basically took us to like an abandoned building that nobody was at. We're like
kind of scary.
Yeah. We literally got there. We're like, nobody's here. I thought this was the tailgate. Like, so we went over to another spot.
So wait, what happened?
So we went over to a different spot. So it's like, this was lot D. And lot D is where their bus was parking. Bus wasn't there yet. So there's literally one old RV with like 4 people at this parking lot, tailgating. Creepy. Weird. Anyway, so we go to this next lot. A lot of people there. Then we drive over to another spot. That's when kind of the lines got blurred. Had a blast. Met some friends that were friends of friends that we all like kind of hit off. At one point, I just remember I was trying to open the salami pack dough. And I went to open it and I couldn't get it open. And I opened it and the salami just fucking flew across. And that's when I was like, yeah, man, I'm definitely too drunk to be here right now. But anyways, we still went. Still had an amazing time. Went to bed early. Then we did Columbus. And Columbus was a lot of fun. I don't think I've been to like we went through Ohio, but we didn't stop and stay.
We were there for a full day.
Yeah, but we drove in the morning, then we left at night. Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, we stayed, got downloads, got Shake Shack.
How long was
and
the
left.
drive?
So here to Windsor is 4 hours, but you can do it in 3.5. Like we did it in 3:45, but we stopped for food. Then like Windsor and Detroit is nothing, and then Detroit to Columbus was about 2.5, maybe 3. Columbus, and then from Columbus we did Ohio State, Michigan. That we didn't go to the game. We just went for the tailgate and the experience, and it was everything I wanted and then some. So now I'm an Ohio State fan. Then from Columbus to Cleveland's about 2.5, and then Cleveland to Toronto's 4.5.
You guys did a lot in like what?
So it was 4 full
days?
days. Actually, I guess you could say 4.5. So we left Wednesday after work, went to Windsor, got there, like went to bed early, like. Again, we got some sleep, and we actually had a suite. I didn't even know this. We had a nice suite, so we had our own room. I didn't have to sleep in the same room as DB. Like, thank God.
That would have been
That was
bad.
my next question.
So the next 2 nights I did, and like it was bad. But yeah, honestly, amazing. The Ohio State Michigan State game, or sorry, Michigan U, or you have Michigan.
Michigan. Just call it Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah.
That football experience, even though I didn't go to the game, was still one of the coolest sporting experiences I've ever had. Like, just everybody gets so hyped for it. All the families, like, everybody's in town for it. You, like, at one point you're drinking beside a 25-year-old, the next you're drinking beside a 50-year-old, the next is like mom and
Everyone
daughter,
together.
like decked out with tattoos on their faces, like, just honestly amazing.
Yeah, I don't like Ohio State.
I'm
I
so excited to go back to the States.
Why don't you like Ohio State?
I just don't like the Buckeyes. I never liked
Like,
them.
what's like any?
Just I just don't like. It's like the same reason I don't like Alabama, which is kind of hypocritical because I have an Ohio State hat that I wear pretty often. I just like the red, but again, I'll call myself one. I'm being a hypocrite. I'm not a fan of them for some reason. I think because I grew up liking the Longhorns and Michigan, and Ohio State and Michigan are both in the Big Ten, and I just didn't root for anyone else in the Big Ten besides Michigan. And I never liked their players. The players they had that went out to get drafted, the ones that won the Heisman. The only one I think Ezekiel Elliott played there.
Zeke was there.
Chase
Young.
Chase Young, yeah. Not T.J. Watt. Who's the Bosa? Yeah, Bosa played there, but he only played like half a year. Or not even.
Joe Burrow played there for a year. Didn't play, but he was.
No, he was a backup with LSU. But Troy Smith won the Heisman there. Was a nobody. Like, I guess that's not fair to say. A lot of people come out of there and don't do well because
they have more Heismans than Michigan.
Yeah, but Michigan's also not one of my teams anymore. I like them because of proximity. I'm still, even though I've given up kind of on my Longhorns, I'll still root for them. But Florida Gators are my team now. I just love Florida too much to not be a Gators fan.
What I'm going to do next year, and I think I wrote this in the group. I'm going to find all the weekends where either the Leafs or the Raptors align with a college and an NFL sporting weekend, so you can try and get maybe even 3 games in a 4-day span.
Jesus Christ.
Or you get 2 full
I am
games.
not in for that.
Really?
I just don't. Yeah, no. I just can't. It's not that I don't want to go to fun things. Just I can't do any more like these. If it's for a bachelor party or a boys trip and you want to do a 4-day thing where you have like nonstop events, sure. Like I'll suck it up and go, especially like for a bachelor party. We're going to have a few of those coming up. But just to drive down and do 3 days of sports, like it's just so much. It's so much. And it's a cool experience, but I'd rather go, like if I'm in Florida and the Miami Heat are playing, okay, let's go see a Miami Heat game. Or the Dolphins. Or if you're in, California. Yeah, like to do a game, sure. I don't know. I don't
The
have
Rose Bowl's December 29th.
the Rose Bowl's in California, right?
Sorry, the Orange Bowl.
Okay.
That's it.
December 29th.
I have a random off-topic question. What? Okay, I know yours. You could say it, but what would be your like ideal bachelor party for yourself? Have you thought about that?
I could tell you. I want.
How much money do I have? Is it like me now or
this
me in
is
like
your-
maybe
no,
10 years?
this
now.
is your perfect bachelor party. Go.
Like money's not an option.
Well, I mean,
No, like what are you gonna afford to do?
to a degree,
5 days in Ibiza.
of course.
Yeah, I could have said.
I
that.
should have said. I
It's
should
an
have
easy
known.
one.
Yeah.
It's my favorite place on earth.
Okay, George.
Yeah, I have to say Vegas. I
Vegas
thought about
fight
it.
night kind of thing.
No, I've been thinking about it a lot. I've told you this. What I'm gonna do? No, or no?
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it like coincides with a lot of like good sporting events. I just have this affinity to Vegas. I like like I said, even if I'm going for work, I just love the big everything. I think it's so cool. You're never bored there. And it was one of the first places that I really went. Is the first trip that I went after university when I went to EDC, which was nuts. I would never do that again. But I just feel like we've had such crazy times in Vegas, and all the guys that I'd probably invite are the guy. They've all come at some point with me. Like we've all gone together at some point. And I just think it'd be cool because we all kind of went when I turned 25. To see it now, whatever it's going to be 7-8 years later would actually be pretty cool. But it's hard because Mykonos would be fun. But also, I don't know if I'd want to do a bachelor party in a place like that. I just don't know if it. Where would you do your bachelorette, Bex?
I have no idea.
Top 2 choices right now.
I think Vegas for just a classic. I feel like Vegas is guaranteed fun. And even when George and I went, just the two of us, I could feel that. And I remember landing. Even our plane ride was like the funnest plane ever, right? Like
spirits are high on that plane ride.
People,
spirits are very low on the plane ride back.
We ran out of vodka on our flight because
I think you did tell me
on Allegiant Airlines.
There was there was people turning 21. There was bachelorettes. It was just so fun. And I
mom's
thought
taking the daughters down for this
I want to come back here with our friends or the girls. So I think Vegas would be just pure fun. And I don't know where the other place would be.
I kind of want to go to Vegas. I told you this, the New Year for a weekend.
When? I
don't know yet, but I got to go down I don't have to go down for work, but there's an opportunity there I want to go and look at. So I want to do the Thursday night flight out. I can do work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and come back either Sunday day.
Q1, Q2?
Probably Q1.
I can't do it.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I don't even know if I was invited. But
what are the travel plans like for Q1, 2, 3, 4?
We have Sun Peaks.
Well, when is that?
We need to book it. Second weekend of January.
Oh, Jesus. And
so we're in Miami the first the 1, 2, then the 8, 9, 10. I guess
we should get on we should get an email thread going to figure this all out because Bex and I have a bunch of stuff we got to get
8,
done.
9, 10 is the technically the second weekend, so it's the third weekend. It's 16, 17, 18 that weekend. So we have Sun Peaks. If we need to change it, we could, but I can't go the next 2 weeks after that because John's having the baby.
I feel like you guys just need to do that trip. You've been talking about it for 3 years.
It's free.
Now.
We're gonna book on points, so it's not gonna cost anything. We have the free room, ski, and they'll give us coupons and shit to eat.
I gotta try and see. Yeah.
So we'll talk about that offline.
Talk about logistics after.
So that's my Q1 trip.
I'm about to go down the logistics rabbit hole here.
That's January. February is either Super Bowl or Florida.
That's cool.
Are you going to the Super Bowl?
I'm still manifesting it. Don't know, but something came up that I don't want to jinx it. But
it's in Arizona.
Yeah, it's something came up that might work. I don't know.
I told you, right? JR said it's the Arizona Super Bowl is to date. I think he said is the most expensive average ticket, which is crazy to think that
it's so close to Vegas too, though, right?
Okay, let's stay on topic.
Yeah. Next year, I'm down next year for
Super Bowl, or if I don't get to go to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna do Florida for Family Day. Cool. March is Vegas Con Expo. That's why I can't do Q.
Wait, when are you going?
I think it's March.
It'll be too expensive for us to go that weekend.
It's
but
March
go for
13th.
that weekend.
Yeah, it's hotel rooms. We're staying at the Aria because we booked 6 months in advance, and we got 10 rooms. Our rooms were $600 a night.
Wow.
And we booked 10 rooms.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. So that's March. April is most likely Florida, and then May will be I don't know, maybe probably Europe again somewhere for the long weekend.
Cool.
London was great. So if Danny wants to do London, I can do London again. If you guys want to join us, guys, I could do London again.
Or we're gonna do Europe in the spring. But we gotta do to plan our wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
pretty crazy to say that to plan our wedding.
Q2 plans.
Cool.
Someone just trying to walk in my door. Maybe. Anyways, it's kind
of scary.
Then, but Miami, anything you guys want to do while you're there? So you guys are there 29 to
buddy,
the,
I'm just relaxing. I ain't going out.
So we get there. I would say we shouldn't plan anything until the 29th because we'll be still driving on the 28th.
You guys gonna do slow drive? Or are you gonna try?
No,
to do
we're gonna get down. We're gonna do 12 hours the first day. Okay. Get to Charlotte or Savannah area.
I think Nashville's the 12-hour mark, isn't it?
No, but Nashville's the other way. You go straight down. Okay. Yeah, straight down. You stop in Charlotte or Savannah. We'll see. We're not going to book a hotel. We're going to figure it out last minute. And then 27th, we're going to either go straight. The next day we either spend a day in Savannah, Georgia, which would be cool to see, or we'll go to Orlando at Disney or something, and then 28th go down. Yeah. I told Costa about Disney. He's like, I'm in.
So
he said I'm coming.
I've never been. I'm so excited.
Disney's the best.
If we do that.
So then we'll do a few days down there. we're gonna bring our podcast stuff because I'm driving, and I might bring my golf clubs too and get a round or two in, and maybe do some work stuff. We'll see. I'm trying to figure that out now.
Beauty.
And then New Year. What do we have in the New Year? Vegas. I want to do Vegas for a weekend.
I don't have anything in particular I want to do while I'm down there. other than just live the Florida dream, because I haven't been in a long time and I really miss it.
Any like restaurants or any like?
PF Chang's.
You know what? PF Chang's.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
love that.
No, literally, like any restaurant you would find at a mall in Florida, any one of those is good.
Outlet malls.
Oh, I gotta hit the outlets. I gotta buy some new shirts for work.
Yes. Yes.
But I
They
think
got
there's
the
a
good
lot-
one in Miami, in Fort
Yeah,
Lauderdale.
Aventura
Sawgrass.
Mall. Or Sawgrass.
Aventura is the
Sawgrass,
expensive one.
Yeah,
We stay
Sawgrass.
away from there.
Yeah, Sawgrass one me
Budget.
and you went to. Yeah,
Sawgrass.
where they have. I
They
get my favorite
outlet everything.
my favorite swim shorts and my favorite dress shirts are there.
Yeah, everything. They have every outlet there, I think.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to go down. I know once
Should
we
we
get.
book a nice dinner at Madial?
But what do we get? What's the plan for
Absolutely.
New Year's Eve? Me and you do something? We'll figure it out.
I have zero plans. I have a hotel from the 29th to the 1st, and then I have a random one booked on the 2nd in Fort Lauderdale because I think the Panthers play or something. I don't know. I've random hotel rooms booked.
We're
That
not.
whole
We don't
week.
need to plan anything because we have our hotel and that's it. We're driving down, so we don't have to book anything.
Yeah, but Rezos, if you're gonna go anywhere, we should book Rezos, right?
We got to
I
figure out
think
New Year's
Nicole-
Eve what we want to do.
Nicole's
Discuss
doing something
offline.
for her birthday. Yeah.
Yep.
So we can loop in with that.
We'll talk about it tonight. At the game.
Anyways,
That's it.
good chat.
1
Fire it
hour.
up. 1 hour.
Perfect.
1 hour,
Bang
1
on.
minute.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, fuck. This was the only question. One of the few questions. You got Instagram back. Any reason why? Tattoos, I assumed?
No, actually, that's nah.
That's what I just
There's kind
assumed.
of one reason
What?
that I could say.
Yeah.
So when George deleted Instagram, I was creeping myself, as you know, whatever.
One does.
People do that, right?
Yeah.
And I
Love that.
noticed that our engagement picture was gone because we posted it as a collab picture and he posted it. So I've been bothering him. You know, I support him and he doesn't want Instagram, but I was just like, the engagement picture's gone. So I don't know. I feel like that's like half of why you got it back.
I mean, you can
'cause I
always just
kept
delete
bothering
the app,
you.
like the app on your home screen, right?
I know, but
Still
then
have
it sits there. Like I'm still online. I got it back for a bit. I'm like, you know what? Let me see what's going on. Let me see if there's any people I want to connect with a little bit before I But man, I got it back and
You're not missing much.
no, nothing has changed. And it's interesting. Like you see people, you see, I guess reels are big now. So you see people kind of trying to like push the content creator angle where they, whatever their angle is, but they're pushing more content, creating, trying to like develop an audience, I guess, similar to what people do on TikTok. And like I look at the numbers and like they're not significant. These people, they have a bit of a reputation and a bit of people have like some following, but like their engagement doesn't look great. I'm like, maybe I don't know if I'm just being more critical of it because I left, but I'm trying to see if it's become more engaging or anything like that. And I don't really. Go ahead.
I was just, on that note. I think Instagram is trying to be exactly like TikTok because if you follow the new like Instagram rules, using trending audios, posting once or twice a day, blah blah. Like I have 3 or 4 friends that grew from literally nothing to hundreds of thousands of followers in the last 6 months, and they all said the same thing: trending audios, follow the trends, post daily, blah blah, and it's all reels. And it's just like I miss the days when Instagram was just pictures.
Yeah.
Like I post reels now too, just because I have to, and it bothers me because my Instagram is actually who I am. Like I can confidently say it's like a fair representation of me, whereas like TikTok's not. If I take all my content from TikTok, put it on Instagram, no questions asked, I can hit 100K followers in 6 months. Easy. Because on Facebook, in a month, I've grew 5K almost.
Wow.
YouTube, I've got 100,000 views in the last month. Facebook, I have 3 million views in the last month on Facebook.
Wow.
I just started posting, and it's all the same bullshit. You just hate it. It's like every app should stick to what they do it best, and your market's still massive.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? Like Instagram was Instagram. Like it was pictures, it was fun, and it was a highlight reel of people's life. TikTok was okay. It's cool. Do trending shit, go famous, become viral, blah blah blah. But like I generally miss Instagram because that's still my platform. I love Instagram. And now it's like
that's exactly why they're doing it.
yeah, I
Because
get
of
it.
what you just said and what most people do. Most people, like I'd venture to guess, like
Well, I'm gonna
do
sell
you-
out too one day.
Do
It's
you
gonna
DM?
suck.
I don't know if you can admit this. Do you DM more females on Instagram or on TikTok?
You can't DM on TikTok.
There you go.
You can't. You literally can't.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you cannot connect with people still. It's more so to discover things.
Well, sorry,
that
you
might-
can if they follow you.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like Instagram still does a lot of things very well, and when it comes to like networking and connecting with people, they're probably the best at it because they've taken the Facebook aspect. Like it's all that's what they do. but they've also do really well is take what people have built, replicate it,
Copy.
and what they do is, I don't know if they'll have the same effect on Instagram as they did on Snapchat, because Snapchat got ground, but then Instagram put a ceiling on it. They could not bust. I mean, they still grew, but there was still a certain point where they're not going to be the next billion. TikTok had a faster runway, and I think that for sure the pandemic really helped accelerate it, because otherwise you wouldn't have had most moms and dads and older people on it yet. And I think that Instagram's realizing there's an opportunity there, and they're just trying to nip it in the bud and say, you know what, we're probably gonna have to deal with this platform and coexist with it. But if they don't do it and TikTok keeps taking market share, bye Facebook or whatever Meta, whatever the hell they're called.
It's just I genuinely miss when people just posted photos of their like happy moments and highlights of their lives, because now it's like if you go to my Explore, you see it's just like the same people doing the exact same shit. Whereas before it used to be, okay, this person got engaged, that person's at the Raptor game, this person went to the Christmas market, that person's working out, like highlights of their lives.
Yeah.
Now it's like I've seen the same dude walking across the street. I shouldn't say that. I like them. But you see the same people doing the exact same trends with the exact same like holy, the Sam Smith Holy song. If I see one more person walking across the street to that song, I'm just like, fuck.
Why are they walking across the street?
That's like the fashion cool thing to do.
Oh.
Like all the fashion, like all these fashion people. If you
showcasing your outfit, or
you walk across slow mo, look, keep walking.
That to me is so interesting, eh? Like
I get it,
but I've seen that. The people that do it. It was in Mykonos. I noticed it. People were in Europe in the summer and they would get shots. I actually saw a few people do. Like I saw it pop up a couple times. Where like into like Noema or all these places with like white staircases, and people get their friends to record them going in. I'm guessing it's to show off their outfits or something. But it's so interesting how. Yeah, I don't know. People know what I'm going to say. I don't even have to keep saying it. It's like I don't get it. I don't get the need to just keep showing all this stuff off. That's why I got off it. I actually, for once, I think I'm just actually over it. I got it back because my amazing fiance likes looking at our engagement pictures, so I'll have it on my thing for a bit. And I'm so busy these days that I don't get consumed. I don't open WhatsApp that often. I don't open like Instagram, but I just don't like having them on my phone. I think they're a waste of time. They're a time suck. If I really need to find out something about someone, I'll call them and ask them what they're up to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking about being on your phone and like, social media and whatever. Okay, when was the last moment? And I feel like this would be a good question to wrap things up on.
Oh, love that. Becca's wrapping it up.
Well,
Becca, should we start a podcast?
Yeah. Listen, okay, when was the last moment when you felt like you were truly present? And not on your phone?
Right this second.
Yeah.
Has my phone fucking rings? Vibrating.
Yeah, what about you?
Like the last or like the happiest I was when I was truly present?
No.
The last time probably.
This guy just stretched that answer. The happiest? She literally said the last.
Yeah, but sometimes
how often are you present?
Well, like this weekend I was fairly present. Anytime I'm in the States, you feel like you're fairly present because you don't want to rip through data. But I was gonna say your guys' engagement party.
Yeah,
I wasn't really on my phone because I was like a lot of my friends.
Everyone you talk to
all
is
my
there.
close friends.
I don't think I took my phone that night. Then actually the next day I pulled my phone out waiting for the elevator, and I saw videos of Becca and I dancing. I'm thinking, when the heck did I dance?
Did I tell you guys I went to get a picture with you guys? And then you guys I guess turned and like quickly took a picture with someone else, like not knowing that I went to get a picture. The only pictures I have from that night are of you two with I think your parents, and then another one's just like you guys are taking a picture in the background, and I'm just like smiling, like trying to pretend to be in that. And I was like, I think, and I'm looking through my phone, I'm like, I didn't text. I had a couple text messages, I fucking just missed them.
I don't have
and like nothing.
I don't have pictures from that night. Like I don't have.
I'm gonna show you the picture.
An really outfit picture, nothing.
Yeah. That's the best nights.
Yeah.
That night to me, that is one of the best parties I've been to. I had the most fun. Mm-hmm. Becca's grandfather remembers 90 years old, remembers everybody's name.
What day was that? What day was the
19. He remembers everyone's name. He goes, "Hey, how's Dave doing? Is he still ugly?"
Yeah.
But hey, look, that's the one picture. So those are Becca's parents, right?
Oh, you tried.
And you guys walked away. I was like trying to get in the. I was like, "Oh, Becca's okay. I'll get the next one." These are
it's kind of lonely.
Oh, then I got this picture. I don't even know what this
That's
is.
like the end of the night.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's all I have.
We're like leaving.
This is all I have.
Oh my gosh.
And this is your brother on his phone. And Maz dancing. That's all I have.
Wow.
I had 4 pictures that night.
The wedding's gonna be hype.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
It's gonna be real good.
And on that note,
When's the last time you were present, Bex?
The marathon. I don't think I've ever been that present
The
in my
engagement party
life.
was after the marathon.
The engagement party, I was just chaotic.
Oh,
and running
that's true.
around.
That's true. Sorry,
The
go ahead.
marathon, I have never
Yeah.
been that present. I don't think in my entire
Yeah,
life.
that's-
I don't even think I understood what that meant to be that present until that experience.
You know what? That's
Because I wasn't
actually
on my phone. I was in pain the whole time, and like all you can do is just think about
there's nothing else you
That.
could do. Yeah.
that. It was so cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I would agree with that. You couldn't not. You only had to focus on what you were doing.
Yeah.
you guys also ran without music. Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, that was actually the best. decision.
I trained myself to run without
Back when we
music
go
because I
running-
don't want to be dependent on anything.
Respect, babe. Respect.
I'm serious.
Wild.
Because think about all those times when you get to a gym or whatever and you forget your headphones and like you just turn around and go back home.
Rick.
I'm
That's
guilty of
Rick.
doing that.
No, I have extras. I
Well,
have
that's
3
the
extra
thing.
pairs.
You remember when you run and your headphones die, you stop running.
And it's nice.
Yeah, but that was once. Now I
Running
just go back and
is
get another
like
pair.
running is like
That's the point.
when you get in the okay. There's only a few moments in life when you can be really present. Running is one of them. Showering is one of them. Swimming, working out is one of them. Just like don't bring your phone. Don't touch it. You don't need headphones. You don't need that. Just run. Just
Yeah.
do your thing. So
You're so wise.
thanks.
No problem.
Anyway.
Great job.
Thanks.
Great job
guys.
filling in.
This is one of my more favorite ones of me and you recently.
Yeah, that's good. We haven't seen each other in
We
so
also
long.
talked about some different like
Well, it's also we
restaurant
didn't see each other. And we
industry.
didn't catch up.
Yeah.
So that helps, right?
Yeah.
Talked about some different stuff. I
These
feel
are fun episodes, but we have to actually hang out more. We literally now the last like 3 weeks have only seen each other on this episode.
I literally text him. So we're doing. I'm like, hey, can we move the pod? Blah blah blah. We're going back and forth. I was like, if you want to do tomorrow, like we'll do a record and then we can do dinner or something. He's like, no, I'm good to do today. I got to be out by this time. Basketball game, cool. I'm like, okay, well, you want to work out tomorrow? He's like, there's no pod. I was like, I know, we're friends. Do you want to hang out? Like,
You forgot.
but he's like, well,
No.
you can message me privately. I didn't know. I was like,
I was confused with the context because I thought that there was like something we have to do.
As a catch.
It was in the pals group, not personal.
wanna hang out with my
I
friend.
know. It threw me off. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, might be down, but I have boxing tomorrow.
yeah. Anyways,
I gotta find a gym and start working out.
no, but
pretty actively.
we've had so many events lately too that we still see each other.
Oh, yeah.
Minus
I
this week. I've
see
seen
you-
you at least twice, 3 times a week.
I know. Maybe it just feels like my weeks feel really long now that I feel like I don't see people that often.
Well, it's also because last time I saw you was literally a week ago when we see each other every literally 2 or 3 days, right?
yeah.
Like I'm going to see you again Thursday. I'm going to see you again Friday. I'm going to see you again Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Possibly a
I
fun
have
week.
calendar.
You guys want to, before the party on Saturday, you want to come pre at my hotel?
You got a
Young
hotel?
driver.
Yeah.
Where?
The Annex.
That's
Why'd you go to a
cool.
hotel? You live
I
downtown.
know. I got it for free and I had to use it before the end of the year. So when I
Oh,
got it,
Yeah,
That's
we'll
I
come
booked.
meet you.
This was my only free Saturday for the end of the year because on the day of the parents' one, I was like, hey, that's Marity's birthday. The week before, or next Saturday, I have my Christmas party. Last weekend, I was like, I might be going away for Thanksgiving. So I'm like, this is my last free Saturday. Let me just book it. So I'm literally checking in at like 1 or 2 o'clock. And I'm going to go just like frolic around the hotel.
I have
That's
Raptors. I have to give those away. I have an idea.
You know what we could do? I could drive to yours on Friday.
I think we
And
could
then
talk
you
about
guys
this
drive my
offline.
car to the hotel. And we'll park
What
it
the
at
hell do we look like to you?
Then you get a free ride there.
That's
Guys,
true.
I find it so funny how you talk about your plans on this.
Let everyone know
Like
what's
the
up.
logistics.
Yeah.
Again, this is us.
It's so
It's our
funny.
podcast. I don't care if anyone hangs up or hangs up.
Well, we're at the end
Close
anyways.
it.
Nobody makes it to this part. Anyways, if you made it, if you're one of the few, we love you. Other than that, signing off, pals.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later.